The greatest split is the bro split. Nick Kujalzi, the founder of the Mendes Cartel, and in this video I'm going to be explaining why the bro split, training one muscle per day, training chest on one day, training back on one day, training shoulders on one day, training arms on one day, and training legs on one day, is the greatest split, as opposed to push-pull legs, for example, when you train multiple muscle groups in one day, such as chest and triceps and shoulders for push, or back and biceps for pull. The bro split for me is the greatest split because it allows you to completely focus on one muscle and completely destroy that muscle. If you, in my opinion, if you're truly training hard enough, you shouldn't be able to hit a muscle more than once a week. If you completely destroy your legs, you're gonna need at least a week's recovery before you can train legs again, if you're training hard enough. If you're truly pushing yourself and you're truly training hard enough with enough volume and intensity, you shouldn't need to train a muscle group more than once a week. You should need that week recovery before you can train it again. Push-pull legs, you're training everything twice. Your body isn't given a full week's recovery. With the bro split, you have the added benefit of having more recovery. You can train with more volume and intensity on that given day, and then you don't have to worry about that muscle group for another week. You have an entire week to recover before you then train that again. You really get to go at it, really get to focus on that muscle, not worry about having to train another muscle the same day when you're pre-fatigued. You get to completely destroy that muscle group, forget about it, recover for a week, and then come back. One of the things I don't like about push-pull legs or training multiple muscle groups in one day is that, let's say you're doing chest, shoulders and triceps. You're doing chest first, then you're doing some shoulder movements, and then you're finishing with triceps. Your triceps are already going to be heavily pre-fatigued from all the chest and shoulder work you did before that. Your triceps aren't going to be able to push as hard as they would have been if you just trained arms on their own. One of the benefits of the bro split is you get to focus on your arms. Completely focused on building your arms, not worry about having to do other muscle groups. You get to train your arms with more volume, have a complete day for arms, really focused on your arms and build them without them being pre-fatigued. You come to the gym fresh and can train your arms at maximum intensity when they're fully recovered. With push-pull legs and other splits, you can't do that. Some of the criticisms about the bro split are, well, you're not getting enough volume in on a weekly basis. If you're training a muscle twice a week with a high level of frequency, you can get in more volume. That's not true. If you've only got one day to train a muscle, so you're only training chest on one day, for example, because you're not doing shoulders or triceps on that day as well, you can then do more volume on that given day for chest. Instead of just doing 5 sets for chest because you're doing shoulders and triceps as well, you can do 10 to 15 sets because all you're doing is focusing on chest for that given day. So you can increase your level of volume because you're only training one muscle on that given day. So although you're not going to be training chest with the same frequency, the volume's still going to be the same. I'll always be a bro split guy. I have done push-pull legs before, and occasionally I will go and do a push-pull legs program. Occasionally I will. If I'm getting tired of the bro split, occasionally I'll go and do push-pull legs for 12 weeks. But the bro split will always be my bread and butter. I'll always revert back to the bro split. It will always be my staple split because I truly believe that if you're hitting a muscle hard enough, you shouldn't be able to train it twice a week. With enough volume and intensity, you shouldn't be able to then do it again in 3 days. If you look at someone like Mike O'Hearn, who's my favorite lifter, he lives and dies by the bro split. Mike O'Hearn talks strongly about the fact that once he's done chest, he's got nothing left. He can't then go and train triceps after he's trained chest because he's fully killed the muscle. He's got no energy left. He needs more recovery time. He needs his own day for arms. He can't just add arms on to other muscle groups because there's nothing left in the tank after he's done chest. So I just personally think, from a recovery standpoint, from a training intensity standpoint, from a focus standpoint, I do believe the bro split is the superior split. Saying that, all splits work, okay? The bro split, it might work for me, but that doesn't mean the other splits aren't good. Push-pull legs, you can still get ridiculously good gains and results doing push-pull legs. Push-pull legs is a great split as well. Every split works if you train with enough intensity and your nutrition is on point, of course, as well. Every split works. Okay, so I'm not saying that that push-pull legs isn't good and you shouldn't do it. You should still try push-pull legs. You might prefer it, but for me, I will always live and die by the bro split. I think the bro split is the best split, and that will always be the split I come back to for the rest of my life. But as I said before, all splits work, bearing in mind you train hard enough and your nutrition is on point. Thank you very much for watching. Nick Kujalsi, the founder of the Mendes Cartel. Please subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My name on those platforms is Nick_Hijazi. And as always, long live King Charles III and God bless Sir Winston Churchill.